I've been an early riser for as long as I can remember. I look forward to rising before everyone else. It is often the only time throughout the day I get to myself. I look forward to the dark stillness of morning. Something else I look forward to in the morning is coffee. Happy New Year. I wanted to start the new year off right and make a batch of beer. So today is January 1st, 2021. Happy New Year. I was originally planning to do a Helles lager. And because last night was New Year's Eve, I didn't prep my things the night before. So when I got everything out and everything ready today and I went to go measure out my grains, I realized that I did not have 2 of the grains that I was going to use for my Helles lager. So I had to do a last minute change of plans. I have been wanting to brew a smash beer for quite a while, so a single malt and single hop beer. So I had the ingredients to make a smash Pilsner. So I am adding, the grain bill is super simple. It is 10 pounds of Pilsner malt, and the hop additions are super simple as well too. I'm using Hallertauer Mittelfrüher for my hop additions. So, you know, we gotta look at the bright side. I didn't get to make my Helles lager, but I do get to do a smash beer, which I've never done before. So I'm excited to try this one out. Smash Pilsner. Today I'm going to go over my brew setup with you. It's really quite simple. I've got a propane burner, and a 15-gallon megapot. I use RO water for most batches. For this batch, I used a little over 9 gallons. I'll put the water additions and the recipe in the description below. For the grains, I use 10 pounds of Pilsner malt. After heating my strike water to 155 degrees, I put my brew bag in my kettle. I find it helpful to hold the bag in place with these little clips. It was time to mash in my 10 pounds of Pilsner malt. I made sure I stirred it well to get rid of any dough balls. Since I only used the 1 malt, I needed to adjust the pH with 5 milliliters of lactic acid. Mix that in well. and take my final temperature reading. I ended up mashing this one at 152 degrees Fahrenheit. I was using some insulation for my kettle, but because I used propane, it was starting to melt. So I went back to my original insulation, a sleeping bag, tied with a piece of rope. It actually works very well. After the mash was done, I pulled my bag to let it drain. If you brew alone using a brew bag, I highly recommend setting up a pulley system to help you pull and hold the bag. It makes draining the bag a breeze. While the bag is draining, I turn my burner back on to start heating the wort to a boil. This batch was boiled for 90 minutes. Hop additions were 1 ounce each of Hallertauer Mittelfeuer at 60 minutes, 10 minutes, and 5 minutes. I chilled the wort to about 70 degrees, then transferred 5.5 gallons to my fermenter. For this batch, I wanted to try a warm fermentation under pressure to see if I could pick up any difference from a cooler, traditional lager fermentation. I fermented this beer at 66 degrees Fahrenheit under 10 psi pressure with Saftlager 3470. As you can see, I pitched the yeast dry, and since I was fermenting warm, I tried using just one packet. Active fermentation began around 12 hours after the pitch, and by the next morning, it was well underway. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you're notified when I post the review video for this beer.